Number 31 to 35. An asteroid striking our planet. It's the stuff of science fiction. Many movies and books have portrayed this possibility. Deep Impact, Armageddon, Lucifer's Hammer, and so on. An asteroid impact is also the stuff of science fact. There are obvious craters on Earth and the Moon that show us a long history of large objects hitting the planet. The most famous asteroid ever is the one that hit Earth 65 million years ago. It's thought that this asteroid threw so much moisture and dust into the atmosphere that it cut off sunlight, lowering temperatures worldwide and causing extinctions of the dinosaurs. So what if an asteroid were to hit Earth today? Any asteroid falling down from the sky would have a tremendous amount of energy. Here's a typical example. In 2028, the asteroid 1997 XF11 will come extremely close to Earth but will miss the planet. Hopefully I said the name of asteroid right. If something were to change and it did hit the Earth, what you would have is a mile-wide asteroid striking the planet's surface at about 30,000 miles per hour. Wow. An asteroid that big, traveling at that speed, has the energy roughly equal to 1 million megaton bomb. It's very likely that an asteroid like this would wipe out most of the life on the planet. It's difficult to imagine 1 million megatons, so let's try some smaller sizes. Let's say that the asteroid is the size of a house crash on Earth at 30,000 bingung bacanya miles per hour. It would have an amount of energy roughly equal to the bomb that fell on Hiroshima, perhaps 20 kilotons. An asteroid like this would flatten the reinforced concrete buildings up to half a mile from ground zero, atau tempat itu jatuh ya, namanya ground zero, and flatten wooden structures perhaps a mile and a half from ground zero. It would, in other words, do extensive damage to any city. If the asteroid is as big as 20-story building, 200 feet on a side, it has an amount of energy equal to the largest nuclear bombs made today, on the order of 25 to 50 megatons. An asteroid like this would flatten reinforced concrete buildings 5 miles from ground zero. It would completely destroy most major cities in the United States. Sorry, guys. Ini sebenarnya bikin kedinginan. By the time you get up to a mile-wide asteroid, you're working in the 1 million megaton range. This asteroid has the energy that's 10 million times greater than the bomb that fell on Hiroshima. It's able to flatten everything for 100 to 200 miles out from ground zero. In the other words, if a mile-wide asteroid were to directly hit New York City, the force of impact would probably flatten every single thing from Washington, D.C. to Boston, and would cause extensive damage, perhaps 1,000 miles out, and that's as far away as Chicago. The amount of dust and debris thrown up into the atmosphere would block out the sun and would cause most living things on the planet to perish. If a big asteroid is to land on the ocean, in the ocean, it would cause a massive tidal wave hundreds of feet high, and that will probably scrap the coastlines of the vicinity. In the other words, if an asteroid strikes the Earth, it will be a really, really bad day, no matter how big it is. If the asteroid is a mile in diameter, it's likely to wipe out life on the planet. Let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon. So, jadi nomor 31, ini ada explanation, recount atau menjelaskan itu sendiri, enggak, scoop enggak, descriptive juga, oke, descriptive make sense, news item, ini enggak. Tapi menurut gue dibandingkan descriptive sama explanation, ini masuk ke dalam explanation. Kalau descriptive itu benar-benar, ini something that you find di majalah science soalnya, bukan di newspaper or such. Kalau deskriptif sih cuma ngasih tahu kalau misalnya ini diameternya berapa ini, lo suruh bayangin kayak let's see, kalau misalnya si Hiroshima itu berapa tadi, berapa megaton gitu ya, terus abis itu the largest nuclear tuh try to imagine ini 10 million bigger gitu. Jadi yang kayak gini-gini tuh juga bukan deskripsi gitu. Ada bagian kayak try to imagine, itu bukan deskripsi at all. Jadi untuk nomor 31 itu explanation, dia tuh ngasih explanation, contohnya yang coba kita bayangin nih gua kasih bayangan ke lo, nah itu explanation to get the idea on your mind, gitu, explaining easy things for you. gitu. That's for number 31. Number 32, the other mentions Deep Impact, Armageddon and Lucifer's Hammer to show that those examples of books and movies inspired by the same asteroid hitting the Earth. Jadi ngasih tahu kalau misalnya kurang lebih ya, kalau misalnya asteroid itu kena bumi itu gimana. Gitu. Kalau depict tuh menirukan, kan belum ada yang bisa ditiru ya. Wah, kejadiannya belum terjadi. Terakhir kali terjadi adalah di zaman dinosaurus. Who has lived that era? Nobody, I think. Kalau depict tuh menirukan soalnya. Jadi itu dua hal yang berbeda dibanding inspired. Kalau inspired itu cuma kayak ya terinspirasi gitu, trying to recreate something. Jadi kalau depict tuh nggak bisa lo acting out the exact impact of asteroid gitu. That's number 32. Number 33, in the last part of the text, should be, harus diganti ini. Is a big asteroid is still an illusion? Nah, pakai is. Kalau udah pakai if clauses dan ini ngomongin tentang suatu hal yang belum kejadian, berangan-angan hayal babu, itu harus pakai yang delta. Harus pakai past tense. The entire thing, were to land. Apalagi pakai were. Kalau bisa, meskipun itu yang singular tapi pakainya were udah fix banget nih. Kayak contoh lainnya, kalau misalnya kayak lagunya Beyonce, If I Were a Boy. Nggak mungkin Beyonce tiba-tiba jadi cowok kan, kayak literally figuratively, nggak cuma transgender tapi berubah menjadi cowok banget beneran gitu. Karena itu nggak mungkin banget kejadian gitu. Jadi hal-hal yang sebenarnya ngayal banget itu harus diganti pakai were gitu. If plus were biasanya. That's my number 33. Number 34. In general, the tone of the writer could be defined as concerned. Karena dia akhirnya let's hope that does not happen anytime soon. Itu udah kayak fix that, itu udah concerned. Kalau nostalgic ke belakang ya. Bedakan dua hal tersebut. Tentang depan history zaman dinosaurus bukan berarti itu nostalgic. Gitu ya. That's number 34. Number 35. Last but not least untuk teks ini. Which one is an evidence of the presence of asteroid collision with Earth? Jadi kalau misalnya asteroid collision itu yang mana ya contohnya ya? Craters are formed on the surface of the Earth. Yes, this one. Evidence soalnya ya, evidence bukan example. Kan kalau tadi coastlines itu kan angan-angannya kurang lebih ini bakalan kayak begini nih. The coastline-nya sprout infinity, my subtidal waves, wooden structures flattened, reinforcement buildings are flattened juga. Tapi evidence-nya apa? Based on craters. Ini ada salah satu craters yang gede banget di Afrika, pernah masuk juga di film James Bond itu. Nah, itu kayak gitu bentuknya. Craters are formed on the surface of the earth. Gitu, saking kencangnya itu tiba-tiba dia land di bumi gitu ya, di tanah gitu. Yang segede gitu pasti ada bekasnya, nggak mungkin enggak masuk ke dalam. Nah, itu jadi craters ya. And that's for number 35.